snitching.
Mm,
I believe the kid's name Pop Hunna. Corvette.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so came out that he snitched when he was like 13, 14, whatever, blah, blah, blah. How do you feel
Yeah.
about it? Do you find the snitching, if, you know what, I can't even say just general. I want his situation. The facts that we know is he was
All right.
13. Um, something happened to his brother or best friend, got murdered. His mom took him to the police station. His mom told whatever. His mom told him to say what he knew. He told. That's what it was. Now he's an up and coming rapper, and people don't want to work with him because he's a snitch. Because he snitched when he was 13. Do you think he's a snitch, or do you find that snitching?
All right. So now I am not a street dude, but I understand the street rules
Street
for
code.
the most part. You know what I mean? Street code. So by street code, yes, he's a snitch. Whether he was 13, 6, 35, 87, snitch. The fact is that regardless, you went and you spoke on a crime that happened and assisted in getting someone arrested. Those are all the criteria of snitching, in which he did.
Okay, hold on.
Now, him being young, okay.
With all that being said, okay,
Hmm.
I am not a street dude. I understand
Hmm.
street code.
Hmm.
But if I witnessed a murder or somebody was murdered and I go to the police and I tell them I'm not a snitch, what I am is a law abiding citizen. I don't
Facts.
go by those rules. So, no, I didn't snitch. I'm doing my
But time
duties as.
out. I would not call you a snitch.
Mm.
But the dude that killed that person, he'll call you a snitch.
And I would
Like, so
say,
I agree. I agree with the law-abiding role.
mm,
I agree because I'm a law-abiding citizen as well. But when you're talking about snitching, we're strictly talking about like, because okay, I think there's a difference between a snitch and a rat. It sounds like you know what I mean, semantics for sure. But snitch is somebody that tells on something, whether they had to do with it, whether they didn't, blah blah blah. A rat is pretty much if me and you are doing something together, like whether business, whatever it is, and I go back and do something to betray that, whether it tell somebody, another person you have beef with, whether I tell the police, somebody, that to me is a rat, right?
mm,
I just break it down into two forms. So I don't think as a law-abiding citizen I could be a snitch, even though that's what they would call me because hey, I told on business that might not even have been mine, but I told on it because I'm trying to make my community a better place. Now,
yeah,
if I think it's worse to be a rat when you know what I mean, but as
yeah,
far as the in my definition of a snitch, I would say he snitched because I think
mm,
that regardless of the fact you did tell on some information. Do I think that that's something he should run away from? No, that's just the facts of it. If you know you did it, you did it. Own it. Say what it is. I was 13, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to give you know what I mean, an excuse. Just say the facts. Live with it. But the fact is, you did snitch.
okay, so I
That's
have
how
another
I feel.
question. Suppose
Mm.
say he gave information, but not enough for anything. Like, so, okay, so for example, um, okay, they come, okay, what happened? He's like, you know what? All I know is it was a big dude. He had a gun. He was wearing a goose jacket. He was wearing a mask because it was COVID. But yeah, that's all I know. Okay. So you know who it is because obviously you know your
Mm.
people had beef with it, whoever, whatever. But you don't give all that information. You just say, hey, dude has goose jacket, wearing a mask, black dude, whatever. This dude gets caught for
Mm.
whatever reason. Is he still a snitch
Mm.
because he told? Because I don't think he gave enough information for them to narrow it down to be like, okay, it's him. So is he still considered a snitch or is he not?
Now, are you saying as though, again, I just want to make sure when I'm answering this question, are we saying as though he is involved in street life at all, or is this just a random person that witnessed something
You know
and
what?
talking
Say
about
he's involved in street life. He's involved in street life. And so basically, okay, example, when T.I., okay?
it?
So T.I. was in the car, his boy, blah, 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 shoot up the car, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. Police are asking him because obviously he's
Yeah.
in the car and whatever. He doesn't know it was a van. Hey, pull up beside him, shot it up, drove off. Okay? That's all the information they got. They went and found these people. Is T.I. a snitch because he told the van or whatever? Or is he not because he actually didn't give any information or any solid information?
See, that's a good question because I'm actually a Ti fan, so I'm gonna watch what I say. But the thing is, in my personal opinion,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's a snitch because I don't think he gave any real information. Just a van pulled up on me, started shooting. I don't know who was in it. I don't know who shot. I don't know anything. So to
Mm-hmm.
me, that's not. You're just saying the basics of a story. Just they asked, how did your car get shot up? I don't know. I saw a van and I saw some shots. But now, if you're asking, and from what I heard, it was the dudes that ended up snitching on themselves in that case. You know what I mean? So he didn't even, you know what I mean, get them, but I might even be mistaken or I just might be hearing what I want to hear because, again, I'm a fan. But what I'm saying is, I don't consider that snitching. But if any of those dudes got caught off of that situation and believe that his testimony is the reason they got caught, I don't blame them for saying he snitched. But me personally, I don't see it that way. But
Yeah.
I just don't blame you. You know what I mean? If you know what I mean, if I do something, you saw me do it, and you say, "Hey, that guy that looks this way, this tall, did that," and I end up getting caught because you gave that description, I'm gonna be like, "Right, yeah, you snitched on me. I know you didn't say my name, but
Mm.
you snitched." But that's if, again, if you're living by that code, that's how I see it.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I'm saying it because that's where people get it confused. I think if you don't live by that code, like, okay, I think that every man should live on principle, right? So it's not a street code, it's on principle. Like, I would never rat on my boys, rat on, you know what I mean? That's just like if me and you are doing something, I ain't snitching, I ain't ratting. But if I'm walking down the street and I see an old lady getting beat up by three guys with guns, I'm gonna call the police. Just morally, that's wrong to me, and
Mm.
I know that I'm a law-abiding citizen. So if you call me a snitch off of that, call me. But as a man, I'm willing to stand on it, and that's all I'm saying about the pop. What's the name?
Pop Hunna
Forgot
or
his name. But yeah, Pop Hunna. That's the only thing I'm saying about him. Stand on it. Like you did it. You wouldn't make that choice now. Fine. But at the end of the day, you still made that choice then. You know what I
mm.
mean? That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
How do you feel about
So
it?
you said that. Now, suppose it's just two dudes fighting each other.
Hmm.
One shoots the other one. Do you call the police or no?
Well, does the person need an ambulance?
Yeah, he got shot. I mean, yeah,
I don't
I assume so.
know. Because I'm not calling the police, but I might call them an ambulance. Like, okay, because that's the thing. It has nothing to do with me, bro. I'm chilling. I'm walking down the street, bro, and I'm 50 miles away from my house, and I see two dudes get into it.
But
Blah
the
blah
only
blah. One
being
pops,
robbed has nothing
like,
to do with you either.
huh? No, but that's why I
Has got nothing
said
to do with
for
the old
me, it's
lady.
all on morals.
Hmm.
No, no, for me, it's like I said, it's all about morals. Morals. I know. I doubt that old lady did something to warrant
Yeah.
that type of a issue. Those two dudes, I don't know. One of them might have attacked his sister. Like, can I blame him for shooting her? Like, bro, you do you. I ain't got nothing to do with it. So that's why I think it's a little different. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? You
Okay, so now three dudes attacking one dude. Is it
again?
still?
I don't know. I don't know what's happening. morally, I don't know what's happening. Again, I could try to save this dude's life, and this dude could be a serial rapist. Bro, I got nothing to do with it, man. You know what I mean? My whole point is, I know that sounds messed up, but what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
I personally don't think I would get into it. Like, I would hope I would be like, yo, chill. But for
Yeah.
the most part, I don't know their issues, so I really couldn't. You know what I mean? But anytime I see a man attacking a woman or a child, to me, that's automatic. You get what I mean? Those are
Yeah.
like things where, there's no question. But if it's a dude fighting a dude or two dudes fighting a dude, like, I don't know what you guys got. You gotta hold your own. Again, I would probably call an ambulance though if I see a dude bleeding out or whatever. But as far as you know what I
Mm.
mean, take taking that stand and saying I saw that guy shoot that guy. I didn't see nothing, bro. I just saw a dude on the floor. That's
Mm.
just saying. You?
I mean, I understand exactly what you're saying, and I agree with you. I definitely agree with you because I mean, you're right. Like, and the reason why I kept asking, okay, suppose it's whatever, and suppose not last year, the year before, that kid who they ran up on inside the bodega in New York or something like that, and pulled him out and
Yeah,
killed him.
yeah,
Like I was like messed up. Like
yeah.
I was like, there are a lot of people for the kid, and it was mistaken identity as well. Like I was like, really? Like
Exactly.
stabbed him up. Like
All a lie. Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know if like
That's up.
nah. And I don't know. Like you said, I wouldn't jump in because I don't know what the situation is. I don't, but I would definitely like if I saw something like that happening, okay, call the police or something. But I mean, if I'm walking down the street and I see people, whatever, blah blah blah, pop pop pop, I call an ambulance and be like, hey, I just turned the corner, I see this bleeding out, and I just decided I'm gonna call an ambulance. I didn't see anything, I didn't, whatever, and that's it. I'm not
Exactly.
really.
And that's why I agree
Mm,
with what Pharrell was saying about a lot of people, some people, street dudes, aren't trying to hear what Pharrell was saying about, you know what I mean? I'm a snitch, so don't do nothing around me. But honestly, I
that's the realest
respect
thing in the
it.
world, though.
Right? Like, I can't see how anyone could be upset with that, bro. Like, if you know what you're made of and you know what you're not made of, you know what you're willing to do, what you're not willing to do, that's all
Exactly.
you could ask from somebody, bro. Like, tell me that you're not willing to go with me to this place. I can't hold it against you if I force you down. You'd be like,
Mm,
I told you. Just say it. So, um,
yeah, yeah.
and
No,
that's how I feel about the snitches.
and I was gonna touch on that as well. And I was like, that's why I was asking because I was like, this Pop Hunna kid. Like I was like, I don't even understand like why he's denying it or why he's fighting it so hard. Like you said, just own up to it. Yeah, I snitched when I was a kid. I don't do that anymore. I mean, it is what it is. So be it. Like you said, owns up to it and says, yeah, it happened when I was a kid. I don't now. That's not part of my code. Like it's not in my DNA anymore. Whatever the case may be, say what he says. But I was like, maybe it's because I don't listen to enough of his songs, but I was like, from what I heard, like I was like, he's not a street dude. Like I mean, he may roll with street dudes, but I was like, but everybody knows somebody like that. So I mean, you can't really
Yeah.
hold him accountable. Be like, oh, you're a snitch. Like, okay, cool. I snitched when I was a kid. I hang around these dudes, but
Mm,
I'm not saying I'm a part of this life. Like I'm still a law-abiding citizen.
mm,
I know people who do stuff, so and that's just like Pharrell. Like I'm pretty sure he has people who do stuff, but it's not to say he rolls with them all day every day because he knows what they do. So I was
yeah,
like, people like
exactly.
I don't understand how they're not like. I mean, I guess they don't want to hear what he has to say, but they respect him for it. They're still
Mm,
taking beats from him, rapping over his songs and everything. They're not saying, "Oh, you know what? Stop playing my records that I made with you because you're a snitch." No, it is what it is. But this kid, he's
mm.
getting the ishy end of the stick. Everybody doesn't want to work with him. Oh, you're a snitch. You're like, no, he was a kid, man. Leave him. That's just my personal
I
opinion.
agree. And I agree with that. I think a lot of the reason why people, for one, it came out whenever something comes out. It's just like if I don't know, anything happens. If you're doing some dirt, it's better off you tell the person than them find out in the streets. You know what I mean? Like, yo,
Kevin
this
Hart.
happened, I messed up. Exactly. So, and it's the same thing. Like with everybody, the whole rap community finding out that that happened when he was 13, whether or not, now the whole world. So that casts my vision of it. Like, yo, regardless of what you're saying to me right now, the whole world knows you snitched. You know what I mean? So I have to treat it
Yeah,
accordingly. If I stand on a certain code and my people stand on the code, I can't change it up for you. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So that's the only reason why I could see why people would distance themselves, because again, it's not. That's why if he would have came out with it as a part of his story, I think a lot of
Mhm.
people would have respected it. Like they're like, yo, I
Yeah,
witnessed this and da da da. This happened to me when I was young. Boom. But it's once things come out as though it's wrong and as though you're trying to hide it. Now,
hmm,
of course, it seems like if you don't want nobody to know, that means that you know that you did something wrong.
hey, when I was 13, this is what I did. I staged on that much, like, it's like runaway kid. Like, it doesn't make no sense. It's like, okay,
Yo,
why
yo,
would
you
you even
killing
put
it
on
though.
this?
You killing it though. Go ahead.
I have my Eminem in there. I put my Eminem in there. You know, everybody want to
I
do
heard
what
it. I
you.
heard it. All you have to do is,
But see, that's the thing. Like,
I do live with my mom.
see, like he did what he did, but to come out like how many years later to be like, oh yeah, I snitched when I was like, it's probably not anything you were thinking of. It's just like, okay, it happened when it happened. It's done. It's over with. Okay, keep it going. But then
I
now
agree and I
everybody's bringing up
disagree.
how so.
I think it's something you're aware. I think once you're preparing to be, I think especially something that big in your life, you know what's happened. I doubt if this is the first time it's come to his attention that people might view that as snitching. I
Hmm.
highly doubt it. You know what I mean? Like
No, I
if
get
that
it.
happened when he was 13 and now he's, you know, 18, 20, whatever, however old, I'm sure, I'm sure someone already told him like, yo, you know what I mean? You know, you snitch. Or you know, people might think you snitch. I'm sure
Hmm.
someone had to have. If not, then that joint was hid very well.
Yeah, okay. I mean,
Like really.
because I mean, like I feel like everybody has done something in their past where it's like kind of questionable. Oh, well, would you whatever?
100%.
You don't go into thinking,
100%.
okay, this is gonna come out, so let me just jump in front of the bullet for now and tell everybody, hey, I did
I
this. Like it's
agree.
like,
But anything you do, you have to be, in my opinion, as a man, be willing to stand on it. We all make mistakes. We've all made mistakes. But you have to
yeah.
just like if you know you did something, you gotta just be like, yo, like shit happens. Yeah, I did it. You know what I mean? Like,
But you want to know the honest truth? All of this
mm,
comes with age, this wisdom.
mm,
We're seasoned veterans. Like it is what it is. I'm a
yeah,
grown man. I don't have to prove anything to anybody. It is what it is. Yeah, I
true.
told. Okay, I was a kid when I did it. He's still a kid. So in his mind, it's like I need the approval of anybody. It's like, okay, if you're talented, you're talented. You don't need anybody's
Mm,
approval, cosign. Like you come out with your talent, you do what you do, and people will want to work with you. I mean, some
yeah.
people will be like, oh, I can't work with you, but I mean, some people will be like, you know what, I will work with you. Like Akon. Akon would definitely still work with him. He worked with Takashi after. Why not?
You're talking about a disappointment, bro. And again, I'm not a straight dude, but morally, he's compromised, bro. Morally compromised, man. And that, if you talk about breaking heart, man, that hurt, bro. That hurt. Honestly, man. How could
uh,
he? Like,
yeah.
bruh. Like, again, and that's, remember what we were talking about, street dude, not street dude, whatever. The Takashi thing. Old news, we know he's somewhere, no one knows where. The whole point was is that it's not that he told on people, even though again telling, but he told about crimes that he was directly into. To me, again, that's a rat. There's a difference. One thing if you snitch, but you directly told dudes to, you know what I mean, attempt to murder on somebody or do whatever else. Like you did that. You know what I mean? And then you go snitch on that person. You know what I mean? You're a rat. Morally, that's not okay. Whether you're in the streets or you're not, like you're just supposed. You know what I mean? That's how I see it.
Yeah.
You know.
Hmm.
Just saying, that hurt my heart. Akon hurt my heart, bruh. At that point, I started looking at him differently. And even his songs, though, like I could only listen to like pause his like slow songs now, because Lock
Yeah.
Up and stuff, he killed it for me. He legit killed that for me right now, man. Dude actually made a remix. Oh my good, that was such a bad song
I
too.
didn't listen to it. I refused to.
Yo, you are lucky. You are lucky. I had to listen to it. I had to hear why would he ruin his reputation. And mother man, I'm not the can't see my daughter. It was horrible. I know it sounded like a bad DMX. It sounded like a bad DMX. I couldn't help it. It was bad. I know. But that's kind of how he sounds.